Hello, welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to show you how to import any vehicle into Carla, and the main reason for this video is just to clarify some steps that are not well explained in the official Carla docs. And to do so, I'll be using the Amazon Deep Racer, which is that RC little car that you can see right there, and also to prove that not only big cars can be included. So first of all, you need to open Unreal Engine 4, the one that I'm using right now, and you need to go to the path, content, Carla, static, car, four-wheeled, and then right click and click on new folder. You need to use the name of your car. I already have the Bracer folder, so I'll be using test car. And now you will need the FBX file. Change the name right there. So now you click on add import, import, and search for the FBX file right there, open, and just click on import. Now, this is going to take from 10 seconds to 10 minutes, I don't know, depending on your computer. So once they are already there, loaded, we can close that window. You see three files. The one we will be modifying is the physics asset, which is the yellow one right there. So we can double click, then we click on the capsule of the car, and we change the primitive type to box and regenerate the bodies. We will need to change the linear damping to 0. Then simulation generate heat events, we check that, and we regenerate bodies again. So now for the wheels, click on options, show all bones, and select the first wheel, click on shift and then click on the last one. Primitive type, now is a sphere, add bodies. Then change linear damping to 0 again. Now physics type to kinematic. And collision response has to be disabled. Regenerate bodies again. And now you can save that file and close it. Now right click right there, select animation and animation blueprint. You need to search for vehicle animation instance, which is that one right there, and select that instance. And now search for the skeleton of the car that you have already imported. In my case is that one. And it is really important now to change the name, and the first part of the name has to be animation blueprint, written this way: anim bp with capital letters right there. So you save that, and we can see that there's only the output pose, so we will be using a few settings from another car. I'm going to use the Audi A2 animation blueprint. So I open it, and with left click we select those three boxes right there, Control C, we copy them, we can close that, we go to our car again, we open the animation blueprint, and Control V. Now we join those two icons right there, and we compile and save. Now we can close it. So now we will be using wheel blueprints from the Audi 2. So we will use another content window. I'm going to use the wheel blueprints, those four right there. So I'm going to drag them, copy here, and it is really important to change the name. I'm going to change the name from Audi A2 to my actual car, the one that I just imported, which is test car. And make sure that the names are well, because if not, Carla is not going to recognize them later, and you'll see some things that are missing when you load the car in the end. So now we will be changing each one of them with the actual shape of our vehicle. In my case, the radius of the wheel is almost 4 centimeters. The width of the wheel is 4, and the mass is about 40 grams. Steer angle 12 degrees more or less. Compile, save, and we're going to do the same thing for the 4 wheels. Also make sure that affected by handbrake is not checked in the front wheels, the ones that start with F, and make sure that it is checked for the rear wheels, the ones that start with R, like this one. So now we will need a blueprint that has all of these settings that we have just created. So we right click, blueprint class, and then we need to search for base vehicle pawn. Select that one, and you will need to name this blueprint VP test car in my case. Then open it, go to mesh, then search for the skeletal mesh that you have just imported before. Now go to animation mode, animation class, use the one you have just created, compile and save. Now go to vehicle movement. Here you need to set the car mass, in my case around 1.2 kilograms. And it's really important now to compile again, to change the center of mass, because if not, the vehicle is gonna appear underneath the surface. So we need to set the center of mass without an offset right there. And for the vehicle movement part, we need to select each wheel blueprint for each wheel bone name. So the front left wheel for the wheel front left bone, and we repeat that step for each of the 4 wheels. Now we can close that and we're done. So we need to go to Carla, blueprints, vehicles, and open vehicle factory. Here you need to click on vehicle, the one that you can see the icon right there. In my case it's not appearing because I have it like shadowed, but I can click on there. We add a new one, which in my case is the last one is 44. See that the 43 is the one that I just did before, the debracer that I'm using, and we need to name it, well, with the name of the car, then the model. Remember that it has to be like that, and you need to remember the names for later. And for the class, include the blueprint that you have just created before. So now we can compile and save. Now take into account that you'll be using these names that you have just set in Vehicle Factory, Test Car, and AWS Debracer in your scripts. So you're gonna use those names right there to search for the vehicle blueprint, and in this way you can spawn the vehicle whatever you want. So I'm gonna test this script that just spawns the car right there. So I'm gonna run the script, Python 3, and spawn cars. So you'll see that right there has just spawned. And now I'm gonna use another script that is a manual control script with the keys WASD, and well, put that there. So you can see that I'm using the keys to control the vehicle, and as you may see, well, it has a bit of delay due to the fact that we're using the actual reel and not the package. So you can see that right there the wheels are turning in a good way. And this is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Any question, leave a comment down below. Make sure to follow me, and thank you.